All right, thanks, Melissa, and to the colleagues in the edge area. So, welcome everybody, come closer. Interesting panel coming up now with one of our customers who invented a super duper machine with the help of AI. You can actually organize little elements on a belt and you can sort it with the help of a robot. So I'm not the expert, but I just can tell you that artificial intelligence plays a role. If you can work-nice it, it supports you. And in your production, a flexible production, it can be your angel to bring new solutions on board. The answer lays in Supata, which is Italian and stands for rotating and the AI smart feeder. This is the topic of our next presentation. We make it real is our motto at the SPS. They make it real is a given. Let me introduce three gentlemen from Italy who will share their success story with us now. And I'm going to call them up on stage. It's Franco Filippi, Massimo Galli, and Cristian Sartori. Welcome on board. Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, buon pomeriggio.
Piacere.
Piacere.
Great having you here.
Hi.
Ciao, gentlemen.
Ciao.
Great you're here. It's always cool to have like colleagues and customers from other countries here because that shows the dimension of Siemens and the impact. I'm going to do a quick round of introduction. So this is Franco Filippi. He's the CEO and chairman of a company called EPF.
Hello.
We're going to dive in detail in that later. Then we have Massimiliano Galli. We call him Max. He's the head of business segment automation systems at Siemens in Milano. And Cristian Sartori, he came up to me and said, Christine, I have a great idea. I want to present that at SPS. He's the project management head for advanced automation, also from Siemens in Milano. It's great having you here. So Max, how did this journey start?
Yeah, first of all, ciao to all of you. The journey started about future of automation. We were discussing and presenting in this stage some years ago about our vision of future of automation. And that was the starting point because we organized several customer meetings and one of them was performed by Christian. What happened, Christian?
It was my first time that I presented the future automation and how artificial intelligence was in close contact with the PLC. And so after a week, I received a call by Franco, never met before. And he asked me, Christian, we have to work together, but I would like to give the stage to Franco. Please, can you present your company?
Yes, Christian, thank you. My company was founded by my father in 1961. So the last year we had 60 years of life. We always provided turnkey solutions in automation and in the last 30 years turnkey in robotics and vision systems. And we are organized in 3 divisions and we work mainly in 3 countries, which are Italy, Mexico and Albania. And we are developing new businesses in Germany.
I remember that during that call, you presented to me that you were working since years about a new concept, about new machine. But I would like to ask you again, what were the market's needs?
Yeah, the machine you're talking about is Supata, which is actually not an Italian word, but it's a Piedmontese dialect word that means to shake.
Ah, okay.
So there's something funny there, but I don't go into these details now. But anyway, the aim was to develop a solution after a suggestion of a customer that needed to have a flexible machine to have the possibility to deal with different components at different time and also have a machine ready for future production. So the flexibility and modularity of the robotic solution was really his goal and what he needed to do.
And so you told about which was the problem that Supata is addressing. But what about the market? What kind of use cases you are thinking when you propose Supata to your customer?
I have by chance some part in my pockets.
Just by case, I think that...
Well, it's a fair. I can understand that you carry these things around. You're a clear businessman. This is a buckle belt.
Yeah, I'm just using them the whole day in order to explain how the machine can work. These are parts manufactured by a company in the automotive industry. So they need to deal with different parts and they have small batteries and they need to have a machine that have small changeover time on one side, and on the other side is flexible to manage all these kind of products, and also for injection molding, plastic injection molding or rubber injection molding. The business sector, so it ranges from automotive to food and beverage to toys, many of them.
Wow, it sounds interesting. I mean, maybe the camera can get closer or we can give it around, so our audience, but you have to bring it back, you guys.
Yep.
You only have one probably. Huh? So Max, how have you supported Franco in addressing these needs? I'm going to pass this around that you can get an idea what the machine is working on.
Okay, Christine. Let's say EPF was really super for us because it was already in and we worked with them since some years, not having so strict relationship, so indirect relation. But they were already aware of our TIA portal, and we start from the bread and butter, I will say, no, Franco?
Yeah, that's true.
Highlighting with kind of innovation we bring step by step on our TIA integration with example for the virtual commissioning you see on my shoulder that we started up to discuss from the TIA portal how to integrate, for example, an injection molding machine with the Supata, and what will be the step that EPF has to perform to go step by step to virtual commissioning. And that was the startup of our collaboration, based on the automation with the vision of future of automation, and that was the beginning, I think, also on our journey.
But Franco and his collaborator was really demanding, and he asked to go further. So he was really brave and courageous. And Franco, what else did you ask to us?
I asked what customers asked us, to be very flexible and ready for future development. So we thought that using AI, artificial intelligence, could be an advantage. And in fact, we started to work on this, and it was really something amazing. It made it completely different.
If you look now that from mass customization, we are working with really small batches, the traditional machine vision has a lot of issues in terms that the cost for the engineering for each new product is not affordable anymore. So this is why we developed with the deep learning techniques together with the EPF, a neural network that you just train using images, and it's much more effective. And we are executing this neural network on our IPC tensor box that is accelerating with a specific hardware from NVIDIA Jetson Nano, and is really doing an inference with a very short cycle time, as Franco asked from the very beginning. In addition, we have also used the industrial edge to show the monitoring and other stuff. But it was not just about technology. You asked a little bit more.
Yeah, we needed to go a little bit further, because it's not just a question of providing a machine that can do almost everything, but also to change the paradigm of servicing the machine. So we started to propose and to think about servitization. So not selling the machine, the hardware and the software itself, but selling a service weights on performances. And this is something that can be done just if you have a lot of data and you have the possibility of analyzing them to take into account the performances and all the sensors you have on the machine. And the Siemens technology, I have to say it, and it's real. Let us do this.
So we talked about the future of automation, artificial intelligence, but what is the machine? So can we go together and explain what the machine is doing?
I just wanted to say it. I mean, it's your machine, it's your exhibit. Why don't you just walk over there? The camera is set to film you.
Okay.
So Christian and Franco go over there. Max, you join me here.
Ciao.
Yeah. Stay.
See you later.
And you're going to explain the machine a bit better to us. And you don't have to worry. We will have the picture here on the screen. So while Franco and Christian, and there are a lot of customers standing there.
I'm sorry, colleagues. Sorry. We're in live stream. I'm very sorry.
Sorry. I just wanted to show you, Christian. You see the brain of the machine is underneath, so it's reversed to the normal person. And the modularity is in the older technologies we have. We have three main technologies. The vibrating one, which is homemade in EPF. And there's different sizes of the vibrating surface depending on the parts and the geometry and on the cycle time we need. Then also depending on these, we choose the autonomy, so the size of the vibrating hopper here. And then we choose the robots depending on the habits of the customer and the vision camera there. Because it's the vision camera that gives the coordinates to the robot, and the robot take the part and put it in the right position. Everything must be managed by a very simple HMI, because otherwise operators won't be used and won't be really friendly in using it. So the most difficult thing was to put everything together, integrate every single part in a unique platform. That's why we found it interesting to use your equipment, because everything can be put on the same place.
Correct. And so we used the WinCC Unified Comfort Panel, so it was flexible enough for your application and still compact. We are looking at the 3D model, and we can color depending on the alarm, status alarm of the machine. But also, we are using also the camera view. So here we can see how the robot is looking at the images, and we are doing the object detection, object segmentation, and the object that the robot can really pick up. So it's very nice to see. And also, we have in this monitor, but we can see also in the comfort panel, the performance inside. It is an application from Industrial Edge, and we are monitoring the efficiency of the machine, so the OEE. We are looking the number of good pieces, bad pieces, how many times we are doing the flip. So we are really looking at the status of the machine, like looking the energy consumption per piece. So very helpful to have everything integrated in a machine. Okay.
Shall we get back?
Yes, I would say so.
Okay.
This is looking great. I mean, I think first we can give an applause because it's like a really cool live demo. So, Franco, you mentioned servitization.
Yes.
And I guess, Max, I have to raise that question to you. How do we support EPF in that?
Yeah, because we know that servitization is the concept really powerful. Just especially because when we were discussing with Franco, the batches are so small, and Supata need to be flexible. And we are starting to touch some of the point again that we work together on innovating. And about that servitization, it's really important to have also someone that can assure that the machine is performing. Because we are good in Italy on delivering machines all over the world, like in Germany. And when these machines are out, you have also to take care that they are performing, they are quite good, comfortable, that you have the predictive maintenance. And also, we think that we need also the support of banks and insurance. And we have this data-driven X concept that is supporting. And what we have inside, again, using the flexibility of our semantic edge, we can bring the application and the data with a notary services application on the edge, and we can share exactly in a format and in a way that the assurance can support also a business model, innovative, and that is matching the dimension and the flexibility of any kind of size of company, and also of you, Franco, I think.
Sounds like magic.
Yeah.
In fact, it is. It's like bringing magic to the reality. Yeah.
So Franco, you have all the tools. You have Industrial Edge, you have DDX, you have TIA Portal, you have Robot Library, all the stuff, even artificial intelligence. So everything that you have, you are already prepared to go and see the future, isn't it? Or do you see something more?
There are a lot of new things that are opening, but as much as you explore this world, new opportunities open. Also the kind of relationship you establish with the customer, because at the end, you help them developing new paradigm in production. So you really are close to them, and you help them also in designing their product, depending on not just on the use of the product itself, but also on the way of better automatize the production of the product. So because you, with such a powerful instrument, you can import the 3D CAD files, then you can perform some simulation, and you avoid doing POC, prototype lines, etc. So you literally shorten the time to production and also the investment from customer side to arrive to a new product, which is, frankly speaking, 2 years ago it was something unbelievable, but nowadays it's the reality.
Wow, I mean, and this is what we see with many of our topics here which have been presented. Time is flying when you use digitalization, and the changes are being much faster now with the possibilities which come into play.
Yeah, absolutely. And why is so special, the journey? Probably we can stop over there, and we see that we put a lot of ingredients on that. But we move some step forward, also discussing as a team, I will say, was a journey together, and that is not something that we want to say just because it's nice to say, because it's absolutely something that we need to work together. And that's the point where we started to think about how we can be flexible and make a servitization also on the AI part. Because if we deliver a machine, if we can afford the manutention, if you have all the data, but at the end, if the batches are so small, how we can work without, whenever the objects are not yet produced, are just the thinking, are a 3D drawing, and you have not, like we share it together, some object that you can touch and train a neural network. And what about the environment? Light condition. When you have pollution in the air, and the situation that you find in a real environment is not the one that you will find in the offices, in our production facility. And that's where we moved into touching NVIDIA Omniverse to, again, speed up and to train the neural network like it was in a real environment. And that is something that you can see also there.
But it is not just the use case. So we, together with EPF, we understood that another possibility is to run and execute the same Python code that you are running today in the hardware in the same tool. So you are importing the data, create synthetic data just from a 3D, put the rendering, the surface, the material, light condition, as Max said, and then you can verify if the robot really is able to pick up the object. So in a real condition. So just staying at your town without to move someone and really understand the KPI of the algorithms. But what is your point of view about this technology, Franco?
This seems to be something out of the world, but it's really coherent with what we've always tried to do. So establish long-term relationship with our customers, develop things together, and that's also what's going on since more than 30 years with Siemens. And this is something important for us. We are a small engineering company, and we need to have strong partners like Siemens. So I would like once again to thank you, Christine, Massimiliano, and Christian for all of this, because frankly speaking, I'm still thinking I'm dreaming or something like that.
No,
so
if you can dream it, you can make it. This is one of our claims here. So you're not dreaming, you're making it here. You make it real, and that's the motto of this fair. And I think it's great that Christian and Max came up and said, hey, we have a happy customer, we have a great solution. We want to show that to our customers. This is the best proof case for us, that our solutions working jointly together with our customers, Nuremberg, and digital enterprise is something which brings so many possibilities onto the shop floor. Really cool.
And so, Christine, it's an invitation to all other people to come, because all the stuff we said are really live working here in the environment. So if you have hints, if you want to see digital twin, Omniverse or whatever, come and join us.
It's good that you mention it. As said, it's the machine over there with the yellow robot arms. That's the Supata machine. And you can hear it even, the shaking noise. That's the machine over there. And the colleagues from Italy are waiting for you, that you join them in discussion, that they show you really what's on the screens, that you try what you can do. And what's next, Franco, for you? I mean, now you're not dreaming anymore. I said it's not a nightmare, it's a dream.
There are some good new ideas that can be put in place, and we're already talking with Christian and Max.
Okay.
Because this is a thrilling exercise. So starting from building new flexible machines with more Supatas that can be also mobile with wheels underneath to move them from one machine to the other, and also strengthen the power of the vision system, to be faster and to provide services. Yesterday I was talking with a Siemens guy saying about from click to production.
Okay.
We're not there yet, but we are getting there.
Well, to kind of raise some pressure, we got Hannover Messe coming up, and that's in the end of April. So you got 5 months to jointly work together to develop some nice solutions that you can present in Hanover.
It's going to be short, so it's going to be something similar to the actual Supata because
Yes.
it took 10 years to develop this Supata solution. So
Wow. Okay, then
yeah.
let's see.
It's not something you can do in
No,
a few
I
days.
definitely believe it. So, ladies and gentlemen, use the chance, talk to these wonderful people here with great minds, great ideas, creative, passionate about what they are doing. So, a big thanks to you, Franco, Max, and Christian for coming here and sharing all your great story.
Thank you, Christine.
Big hand of applause to the
Thank
three
you.
of you.
Thank you.
And all the
Grazie.
best further on.
Grazie.
All the best. Thank
Grazie.
you.
Bye-bye.